Welcome, Anna.
Hi, James. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining me. As we usually do with these sessions, we normally start with a short introduction to yourself and who you represent, please.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. So I'm Anna Bekefi. I'm the managing director of the Budapest Convention Bureau. And as you may know, we have had challenging times behind us, both with the virus and because we have created this new team since March. And yeah, in Hungary, the Convention Bureau has been always a part of the Hungarian Tourism Agency as a smaller department. But this spring, this year, we have started a reorganization process to make this work more efficient for boosting business tourism in Budapest and the entire country. And that's why a new organization was set up with the goal of reorganizing the operation based to form the widespread model of convention bureaus already operating in several big cities and carry out promotional and sales activities. But as I said, after 2 weeks, the coronavirus epidemic has changed all previous plans by the time the Budapest Convention Bureau started to operate in the beginning of March.
So obviously, it was a really interesting time to start. There's obviously been some challenges along the way. How have you found the past few months?
Yes, the primary task for the first period, in consultation with the representatives of government and the city as well, and of course the key players in the MICE market, was to draw up a recovery strategy after the coronavirus epidemic and create somehow also our own best practices. But in the meantime, we got back to the original plans and created our new expert team with a sales and marketing and a research department. And as you may know, in Hungary, we had also lockdown in spring at the first during the first wave. So the summer brought some hope and releases in the restrictions. International flights were returning to Budapest, and most of the industry suppliers were hoping for a solid recovery from autumn. Business events were allowed without any limitations in the number of participants, but of course new health and safety rules like face masks and distancing. But now we have challenging times again as the second wave of the virus arrived.
Yeah, much like ourselves in the UK, we're sort of unfortunately going through the second wave as other destinations and other countries. With the whole sort of purpose of these types of sessions that we're doing is to try and sort of send the message out that all being well, and it changes week by week, if it is after lockdown, we want to put sort of destinations on the map and put them in front of our clients of why we should go there. So Budapest is generally pretty popular with the UK market anyway, but sort of moving forward, what can we expect sort of to come back to Budapest?
Yes, during the first wave, we tried to be very inspiring, and we tried to find a way how to overcome this situation and how to come out with an inspiring message. So we tried to convince companies and suppliers about how events can be organized during these times under the current circumstances. And we organized a huge campaign and a sample event called POL Conference, so the Power of Live Events Conference, on the 10th of September with above 500 delegates. And it was really a live event. It was a unique industry-wide initiative. And you may perhaps see and show for the audience our behind the scene movie and the final best practice show this movie as well.
Yes, it's interesting. We're sort of using this time to sort of rediscover sort of destinations themselves. I mean, it can be very much sometimes under the radar, sort of Budapest, particularly for our clients. And I was lucky enough to be invited onto a webinar pretty much at the start of the first lockdown that sort of really reintroduced me back to Budapest. And it's an amazing opportunity to go out there with so many different things that you can see and do, such history, such culture. What type of events could we hope to look to do, sort of moving past lockdown, to bring back to Budapest?
Back to the special circumstances, one of our major activities now to create a health and safety guideline. So we work together with different professional associations to create our framework, which can help to have business back. And this framework, this guideline is not only related to events, but actually is covering the entire guest journey from the very first moment of arriving at Budapest till waving goodbye. And I think this is something really unique. And at the moment we are working to expand it to a kind of quality level guarantee system, which we expect to join all the major suppliers like venues, hotels, organizers, transportation providers, etc., in order to make sure as soon as the borders will open up again, we will be ready to host events in a safe way. So I hope we will finish it in a couple of weeks, and you will find this general framework on our website as well.
Are you looking more at sort of keeping it between sort of virtual and hybrid to start with? Has there been an investment into that, or are you very much hoping to try and move back to live events as soon as we possibly can, sort of all being well?
Yes, of course, all of us, we are looking forward to have live events again in the country with the smells and wines and chats. But for sure, the upcoming next year, we have to be able to organize very successful hybrid events as well.
Have you seen a focus on that sort of over the last few months of sort of clients and obviously suppliers sort of moving in that direction, or is it just a sort of that is the way it's going to move forward?
Yeah, I think in this year we had a lot of cancellation, and we had to postpone the events for next year or more further. But we have the first positive experience with hybrid and virtual events as well. It has not only disadvantages but also advantage. I will say the digital and data side of these hybrid events. It's a new business model. It needs new skills from the organizers as meeting planners, but we cannot return back to the previous life. We have to understand the pandemic has changed our industry, and we have to learn these new skills and set up these new business models. So I think the future is live events as well, but combined hybrid solutions.
And I guess that's probably, particularly for a new convention bureau starting up, that's one of the biggest challenges you had, is that you need to know everything anyway, but you've got more sort of things to have to cover now. You're not just looking after your own venue, you're looking after everybody. So how have you found that? Have you reached out to quite a few of the local suppliers? Are you talking to them constantly in terms of what's happening and what we can do?
Yes, we set up our new team as a first step, and a big result of our new team since March, we have a new contract between the National Tourism Agency and the city itself, which allows us to provide city support. So this is a new service which we haven't had before in Budapest. And we try to attend as many sales activities as we can to get in touch with new partners and with our qualified members, the suppliers in Budapest and Hungary, to offer you new and creative solutions. So I would suggest you just to check our website once in a while, because we publish there every week our newest offers and the news about Budapest.
Okay, that's great. And what are your sort of hopes moving forward for 2021? Sort of to bring people back into Budapest, or for the hybrid sort of thing? Are you, I mean, for us, for example, as an agency, we're kind of hoping, all being well, sort of from sort of middle to the end of March onwards, we're hoping to get back to sort of putting on some events for our clients and moving forward. Is it sort of that kind of time frame you're looking for, or do you think it'll be further into 2021 before we can start really moving on?
We will have during the spring events again, hybrid ones, and perhaps after April or May, smaller ones, but live again. In the recent months, we started a new branding process as well. So for the first month of 2021, we will have a new image film about Budapest as a MICE destination. I hope it can help also as well to show you our destination in a different way with our newest venues, and it can be also a tool for attracting our new partners.
We're very much looking forward to being able to go back out to Budapest, particularly with our MICE clients, and there's so many different options and ways to explore the city as well. Is there anything else that you'd like to sort of to say or mention at all?
I would suggest to see these two short videos about our Power of Life event, which can be inspiring and perhaps a challenge for other European cities to come with us and to create events always under the current circumstances, but in a positive and proactive way, and with the hope we can meet in person soon again.
I'm sure we will. Fantastic. It's been great speaking to you, Anna, and thank you for your time this afternoon.
Live events have a certain power. There are beautiful photographs you can look at, but some places must be seen with your own eyes. There are great recipes you can read, but so many flavors are waiting to be discovered. There are stories you've been told, but the best are the ones you've experienced yourself. Perfect. There are deals that are made in a phone call. Oh, that's metal. But some businesses need a more personal touch. There are timeless records to listen to. But some live shows are truly unforgettable. There are times we love to go online. But real-life encounters can't be replaced. Events are everywhere, but there's nothing like a Budapest event. Because among all the great cities, there's only one Budapest. Whenever you are ready, we are ready.
Thank you for watching. We welcome any feedback and questions in the comment section below, and please make sure you follow me on all our social networks.